All right, now updates on Hong Kong fire. Firefighters were still dousing a devastating fire on Thursday, which ripped through a Hong Kong high-rise complex, killing at least 44 people and leaving hundreds missing, according to the authorities. The inferno, the financial hub's worst in decades, took hold on Wednesday afternoon in an 8-building housing estate with 2,000 apartments and sent shockwaves through the city, which has some of the world's most densely populated and tallest residential blocks. According to police, 3 men were arrested in connection with the fire after flammable materials left during maintenance work caused the blaze to spread rapidly beyond control. All right, we'll go across to DD India's Akshay Dongre for more. Akshay, what is the latest you can tell us on this story?
Well, Abhishek, the latest death toll that has been given by the authorities there, especially the firefighting department, is that 44 people have been confirmed dead in this blaze. That is, in fact, as you rightly mentioned, one of the worst one in Hong Kong. About 56 people are, according to the firefighting teams, being treated in the hospitals. About 24 are being treated for severe burns. They are in serious condition. About 16 are stable, but many more are expected to be treated in the hospital, as hundreds of people are still unaccounted for. Now, this is an 8-building apartment complex, and as far as the people are concerned, many are still unaccounted for. As far as the firefighting teams giving details about the residents of these apartments, they are stating that many of the people who were living here were elderly people who could not be evacuated from the building immediately, as because of the repair and maintenance work that has been going on. Many of the windows were shut, many of the entrances were also not functional. So it's in fact a very, very devastating tragedy that has taken place in Hong Kong. However, as far as the law enforcement agencies are concerned, they have arrested 3 people who have been charged with, or rather are being investigated for gross negligence after they left flammable substances near the repair work. So it seems that some bamboos there that were kept, some foams that are quite flammable of nature, they were kept near the maintenance site, and that has apparently caused the fire, which spread through the entire 8-building apartment complex in a matter of hours. So the situation remains critical, especially because many of the people who are unaccounted for are running out of time. They may be alive. Many of them may not be alive, and that is the worst fear of the authorities, that the death toll can go up significantly.
Akshay, you have told us about the extensive, is the damage to the residential complex and the surrounding areas too. But given Hong Kong's dense urban layout, what lessons are being drawn about fire safety in high-rise residential blocks?
Well, obviously there will be lessons from this, not only for Hong Kong, but for the rest of the world, as far as these kind of apartment buildings are concerned. The repair works that usually goes on in these kind of apartment buildings, and this is Hong Kong, one of the world's wealthiest city, one of the most advanced city in the world, and if this can happen in Hong Kong, it can happen anywhere in the world because of negligence. So it's a lesson to be learned from this fire, for the developing countries, especially who have these kind of who have dense populations in their cities, and these kind of high-rise apartment complexes coming up, repair works taking place on regular basis. Even for India, there are several lessons to be learned, but a thorough investigation is only going to ensure that the right causes, the right people are accounted for as far as this gross negligence is concerned. If it has happened with negligence, there are other angles also being probed, but that is for the investigative agencies to give more details about. But as of now, what we are learning is that 3 people have already been arrested, and investigation is taking place that what exactly has caused the fire and how it has spread so rapidly to the entire building complex.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs.